That's what I do. Oh, look, 7:30. 7:30. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. It's 7:30, November 22nd. Call a special meeting to discuss the trash contract. Keelman? Here. Dudek? Here. Christie? Here. Duncan?
Here.
Berenger?
Here.
All present. Would anybody like to discuss anything that's not on the agenda tonight?
No.
Then moving right along to the waste hauling contract.
Yeah, if I
Okay.
could, I'll just introduce Tracy Kaplan as the CEO.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jim Levoy, one of the managers, so we're here
Yeah.
to speak to you tonight.
If we approved, would one of you guys be the contact or who would be the contact?
Yeah, one of us, I
One
would
of
be
you.
a contact, and then our operations manager over here, Mike Griffin.
Mike Griffin, okay.
And you guys are, Mike Griffin used to be with Waste
Yeah.
Management.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I would say
that
that name
Yeah, he
sounded
moved over.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved over.
And you guys are out of Port Huron, right?
Yeah.
So let me explain where we stand today and why I had to call this. We got the proposal from Marcotte in September. Jeff's was not able to give a quote because they could not fulfill it if they did get it. They said that it's a matter of trucks and personnel and just couldn't do it. There was also M-Terra. They sent me back the cryptic 1.3 tons letter. That's all. That's all it said. And I even went back and reviewed it over the weekend to see, did I not ask the right questions?
Did I miss?
But I did ask the right questions and he just sent that one sentence back. Then waste management. I've been saying for months to them, you know, we're running out at the end of the month. You're gonna get your quote in or what? And they have been just blowing me off. Well, then she came up with this one price in here. Where is this? On November 8th.
Yeah.
She came up with her 4% increase thing. And that's all it says. Well, then, when I called her the day after the meeting and she said, oops, I made a big mistake. And then she sent me another quote, which was substantially higher. And I didn't agree with that either. Then, what day is this? November 16th, they sent over this letter with another quote on there. And plus they're talking about changing some of the other portions of the contract, which she told me on the previous one that there would be no other changes in the contract, just the price. So over this weekend, I took another look at the Marcotte one. I called the landfill and talked to them. I went through the waste management proposal and I spelled everything out over the course of the contract so we could see what we're dealing with. And I personally don't like how I felt like I've been pushed up against the wall at the last minute on renewing this contract. And then for them to be so wishy-washy about the pricing. And then she even called me and said that we're available. I'll make myself available if you want to have a conference call. Well, I don't want to have a conference call, you know? And then I don't wonder why at the last second, she's interested in having one. So when I talked to the landfill, they told me that we were doing 142 tons a month, which ends up 1,705 tons. That's a lot of weight. All right, and I was talking with Tracy today, and she was discussing that issue with me, and I don't believe the number. Well, she didn't believe the number either. So thinking about it, and this is just conjecture, what if everything Waste Management's collecting is not from our township?
We've discussed that before,
You know,
because how do we know
What if,
that?
what if they're collecting part from St. Clair or part from Kimball or something? And then they go pulling in there and they say Columbus and they weigh it out. Well, because 17 tons is a lot. And then
How much do you think? it
now,
is per
now
week?
wait, I'm gonna show you. Tracy
Is that what this is?
gave me this list of municipalities from, it's old, but it's 2010 through 2013. But if you look at it, we couldn't have doubled.
It says here,
Look, in 13, we did 982 tons. In 12, we did 1099.
what does CY mean?
Let's see why.
Cubic yards,
Oh, cubic
Oh.
yards.
yeah, and then.
Oh, okay.
The tons, the metric ton, or the imperial tons.
But if you're just looking at the tons, we've never hit that high as here, as the landfill told me our average was that. They're saying 19 was 1635, 20 was 1686. And so far this year, we've already done 1495, which it just seems bizarre that we could go through that much tonnage over what it was just a few years ago. We don't have double the amount of people. And that's, I don't think everybody's throwing a lot more stuff out.
Well, we all did clean our house. We all did clean our house
Yeah.
during COVID.
Well, I
We
know,
did.
yeah. I'm sure
For a
people-
time there,
Finally.
but then it's gone, you know, so.
But I said that to you this morning. I have one trash bag. There's two of us. I have one trash bag for the week. You
Right,
said you
and
saw somebody with a little Kroger bag.
I toss the trash bag like every other week.
Yeah,
And
and we aren't the only ones. I don't see anything at your house.
I remember we talked about that before, though. What, is that when Ron was around and we said for him to follow, or was that just a road commission? I don't remember.
No, we did.
Because I remember we talked
No,
about
we
it.
did talk about
Yeah,
it before,
that was,
about
but I don't know what we
verifying,
did about it. you
I
know.
do
about
know.
verifying the tonnage.
I know you do go by some places and they have a lot out.
And I know I try to keep an eye out because obviously businesses can't put trash out, you know, but I can't monitor. I know one time I saw the tool and die place do
We
it.
weren't paying the tipping charge, so.
No, we weren't paying the tipping charge.
But it will go against your mill rate.
Yeah, it goes, it's
Will affect
included
your
in
bill.
it.
It counts in your rate.
Well,
They're accounting for that
In their
With our
price.
when they're
average,
pricing
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And that many new trucks.
And they're replacing all the trucks.
You know what I didn't like in this here where it says, Waste Management has taken crucial steps to ensure we have the appropriate staff to service our community. In order to do this, we have dramatically increased our driver wage rates and expanded our benefit package to ensure employee retention. This provides your community but consistent workers. But then on the next page, they're saying that next year, everybody has to buy a
96-gallon
bit. And the reason they do that is
It's because
because,
they want to get rid of some of their employees and
exactly,
buy them side things to do
exactly.
like that.
So, yeah, so they're gonna get rid of somebody and we have to buy that. Every resident would have to buy it.
yeah, that should be your choice.
If you want it, then.
Yeah.
And that's the way it always was. If you wanted one, you had to purchase it, but we weren't requiring you to purchase one.
So those are my observations. So when I was talking with Tracy, I asked her to relook at it and make sure the prices were correct. And then that's how we got on the talking about the tonnage. And then I suggested, well, what if we did a 5-year?
Mhm.
And so she put some other options together here for a 5-year or a 10-year, it looks like. And I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but
I do have a couple questions for you guys, because it says here, yeah, seasonal dumpsters, a spring cleanup, roll off. We haven't done that for a few years because Phoebe said one time we would take that to the Sportsman's Club, but nobody used it but the Sportsman's Club. So it was basically their dumpster and we were,
Cause we used to do a spring
We used to
cleanup
do a
day.
spring
we do
cleanup.
put one at the
we do
graveyard.
keep one
correct?
at the cemetery and they've been dumping that once a month, Phoebe said.
Yeah.
And the Girl Scout camp has nothing to do with
But
us.
the cemetery one is always there though. It's just
Yeah.
a little
Yeah,
one,
it's a
you
little
know,
one.
so I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys could accommodate that. You know, it's more as during springtime and, you know,
But
whatever, you
even
know.
like when our.
Or somebody decides to put their trash in
But
there, you
like,
know.
yeah,
so-
but like when Bob went out, when we had that windstorm, he picked up a lot of broken branches and threw them
Or when the
in
gray
there.
blankets, you
Yeah.
know, it's done with Christmas or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
just
And
certain-
then, like I said, the Girl Scout camp, we have nothing to do with them. So
Okay.
for them to have a dumpster one way or the other doesn't really affect us.
Yeah.
I don't feel.
No, I agree.
No problem.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I had a question on is,
I'm a little worried too, that if they want everybody to buy that container. Let's say you put one bag of garbage in that container, but you buy a refrigerator or
They don't take any.
yeah, if you leave a couple strands of extra cardboard there, they won't pick it up. They're gonna charge you.
yeah.
Can you imagine an elderly lady pulling that out there, you
Do they
know,
not,
and,
do
you
they
know,
not
it's-
know we've become Amazon shoppers and we have to bundle, my husband bundled up a whole thing of
Yeah.
cardboard this
and
morning.
to
and put
carry
out.
out that large thing, you
Yeah.
know, and.
But really, all they're trying to do is streamline their process.
And make it
It's for
and
them.
make it
And dump it
cheaper
on
for
us.
them, yeah,
to
exactly.
accommodate themselves,
Because they're
yeah.
raising wages, but then they're technically gonna cut employees, so.
Yeah.
We're paying,
Yeah,
we're
they're-
actually paying more than that.
They raise wages to compete with.
And
everybody.
here's
Right.
another thought. Like right now, as wet as it is, if you have one of them side loaders continually going to the edge of the road, imagine the ruts, how soft it is on the edge of the road rather than
Yeah, there's water.
a truck
sitting down.
staying in the center of the road.
Yeah. There's a lot of water sitting on the edges now. I noticed when I've been driving because of all the rain. I see though, you guys do charge like, it says white goods, which they never did. They didn't charge like for a dryer or a dishwasher or something like that, but
Is that
you-
what's white goods?
Yeah.
is?
That's what that
dishwasher,
is,
dryer,
yeah.
Washer, any of the.
yeah,
like-
and anything with Freon.
Yeah.
Is 150,
We're not
but
supposed to
that's,
put stuff
but
out. with
yeah,
it.
because they
So
had
we can
before.
Take it, but we send a special truck to get it.
Right, and I remember that years ago, if you got it, if you had somebody remove the Freon and you had a
Yeah.
sticker, they would take it.
Yeah.
But if it didn't, you had to pay.
Yeah.
I only know that because I put a freezer out once and I had to pay extra.
The
But
white
then
goods,
somebody
a lot
picked
of
it up before the
times-
garbage man.
Yeah, the white goods just disappear a lot of times.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Scrappers
Yeah.
take them.
Scrappers.
But usually
So,
what they do
But
is
my
they'll
question
charge-
is that when you say that, is the driver like taking a note saying,
Yeah,
hey, we
so-
picked this up here?
Yeah, so basically, they call in ahead of time to our office and we just arrange it. It's a $10 fee for the white good. And then we make arrangements, either they pay with a Visa or credit card over. the
Oh, this
phone
says
or our
$20.
office. Oh, $20.
So whatever it is, though, they pay that
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. so
Yeah,
through
so
them, so
it's not
involved
going,
with us.
yeah, so she doesn't have to figure that out.
Nope, nope. Cause then, oh, well, so-and-so put it at my house and it wasn't mine, and you don't wanna run into that. You just make the arrangements ahead of time and they have no problems. Guys are pretty good about it, and the other thing that we also do is if they come across anything that's not supposed to be in there, our office will immediately send an email out to anybody that you want to get an email about, oh, they left construction material, or somebody had an entire move out sitting there, so things like that that are a little over the top, then we give you guys a heads up, so if the homeowner calls you guys, at least you know.
Okay,
what's
so you would
going
let us know then. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
on. So we do that. with
At least there's a
homeowners.
communication, because you see stuff
Yeah.
sitting sometimes and it's like, okay, you know,
Oh,
like,
that's there.
how else do we, you know, let
Yeah.
people know and yeah. it's cool,
Yeah.
Very cool.
So do you provide a list of pickup for the whole year of what's holidays and like that?
Yep.
So that's something like we could post on the website.
Yeah, we can give you that.
And then maybe some kind of concentrated kind of thing that would say what are available items to pick up and what's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, we
You
can
know,
give you a list of it.
and then we could put a contact number on there too.
Yeah, didn't we have that on the
absolutely.
website that what was
Yeah.
allowed and what wasn't? I think we had that on there.
So
for
what
them.
hours do they pick up during?
They are, 7 o'clock is their start time, so we ask that it's out to the curb for 7 AM. And they're usually all done and in by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay,
And
and
would they do a Monday still, or you don't know?
Mike was asking for a Friday.
I mean,
So,
we used to be on Tuesday though, didn't we, or something in the past? I thought we changed.
it was
a
on a
little-
different day.
Yeah, I thought
It was,
just a
it
little
was
while
a
ago.
Tuesday and we got bumped to Monday.
Yeah,
yeah, Mike said Friday would work great because we don't have a whole lot of, we have like guys are in really early on Friday, so that we'd be able to kind of move some stuff around.
and you know, I could, if there is changes like this, I could type something out really fast and put it with the winter taxes too. You
Sure.
know, like a little third, you know, like I do it in thirds and then I'll just slip it in with a little slip in there, so.
Right,
You know, and then for like contact, we have a lot of problem for like when somebody says, oh, they missed my trash, you know, and then we're like, okay, call this phone number, but then it gets sent to a customer service and it's kind of just, and then we're like, oh, no, we're township wide pickup, and then like that person, you know, we never know what to do with something like that, and it doesn't
Yeah.
really get resolved.
Yeah, we have
So-
local customer service.
Yeah, we have people
Okay.
that answer our phones, like you call our office and you get a person.
Whoa.
Every time. No,
I know, right?
I literally hate having to press 62 numbers to get to a person.
Exactly,
I
yeah,
just want to pick up the phone and talk to somebody.
yep.
So.
We were
our
just
office-
talking
I
about
just
that
went-
today.
I just went through that nightmare with waste management
Yeah.
this week,
Yeah,
trying to go over somebody's head to get to somebody higher.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've been
I
trying,
I was in Illinois, I was in New Jersey, I was all over. the
Nobody
place.
hired right here.
I've been trying to contact DTE. I have called once a week for a month now. And they tell me, well, we'll call you back within 1 hour and 11 minutes. And then a whole week goes by and they haven't called me back. So today I stayed on the line. I told my whole story and she goes, oh, you're commercial. Let me transfer you to
Oh,
them.
geez.
So then I was on hold with them. The lady goes, hello. I go, hello. And she hung up the phone.
Oh, I hate that.
So is there an escape clause if we don't like each other?
Yeah, if you don't like me, we can leave. We can part ways.
And does it say that somewhere or?
I can put one in the actual letter of understanding.
Okay,
Yeah, because I think on the other one, it said we had like a 60-day notice or something we
And-
could give.
I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna like me. We're very likable.
Well,
One way or another.
I know, right?
Whether you like it or not.
We'll
You
show
know,
her.
We have seen, like, Greenwood came to us, they asked us for a quote a couple years ago, and they had waste management, and we sent in a quote, I think it was in the summertime, and then we heard nothing, so we thought it was just, okay, moving on. And then end of November rolled around and they said, oh, we've awarded you the contract that starts in January. And you know, the first week was a little rough because the people were like, we like waste management, and then now they just love us. Our guys are on time, they always show up, they don't beat the crap out of your cans, like, they put them back upside down where they were, they take the bags. If there's any issues, our guys are pretty easy to talk to on the side of the trucks. Our office is always available, you guys all have my cell phone, it'll be provided in there. Bruce got a hold of me on a Sunday, I have no problem responding, and, you know. we're
So
pretty-
do you
we're
have a
pretty easy.
regular route? Because some of these people have been calling and saying, well, you used to come at 7:30 and then they started coming at
Yeah.
1 in the afternoon, or
Yeah.
they were coming at 1, so I didn't put my garbage out and then they came
Yeah.
at 7:30.
So we asked that it's out for 7, and then usually the guys, once you get used to them, they're usually around the same, it's just if somebody goes on holidays.
Okay.
And
And
then
then,
they get a different driver.
Yeah.
and this says here, we would also require an updated stop count on a semi-annual basis.
Yeah, so.
Who does that count?
So the treasurer's office would do that, and then you give us, you know, if you've had move-ins, move-outs, whatever, and then you you'd work with Mariana, she's really
Okay.
easy to work with. And she's very well organized, so she'll be ahead of time and say, oh, you know, just looking for this, and then she would be updating, and
Okay.
she would handle all the billing or any
Yep.
issues, and you know, we've never had a complaint from Grant Township, we never have we very rarely get complaints, like, we're very happy.
Right now, at the
Yeah.
park, we have a roadside park on Gratiot. And right now they put the trash out by the road there too
Okay,
and gets picked up.
Yeah.
Except not now, because it's all torn up.
yeah.
Yeah, right now. it's
Yeah,
closed.
and do you have I noticed on the old waste management that we were paying a fuel surcharge, but it capped at a certain amount. Does yours cap?
So we put in a scale there for you in the,
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
so basically whatever fuel, like we basically took our dead cost at $3 a gallon. And anything above $3 a gallon for the 6,000 gallons that it takes us to
Mhm.
do the municipal pickup for the year, anything above, if it costs us more than 6,000 gallons, that's on us. But you guys are only gonna pay based on what that is, the overage over the $3 a gallon. So I think that if it, whatever today's rate, it was, I think $100 or something would be the fuel surcharge for the month.
Significantly more reasonable than Waste Management's was.
Yeah, we didn't, they go by, I think they go by the US Energy site and
They
it's.
started
it's-
at 250.
Yeah, and it's very messy and it's a lot to try to keep up with. So we basically take our fuel bill. Mariana will send you a copy showing our average monthly fuel rate because we do get a discount
Yeah.
for using Milo, so we pass that on.
They spelled it out pretty easy in their contract,
Yeah.
but they actually, it's a convoluted thing,
Oh, yeah.
and they can't even get it right.
I was gonna say. that-
Like one time, oh, they were charging like, I don't know, $1,400 or
That one
something.
time was
It's
like.
like,
yeah.
what?
Remember that one time when we
And then-
had that meeting and we talked to that guy about the fuel
Yeah,
charge?
and
And
they
then the
did
next
not
month we got
refund us.
nothing.
They just
No.
quit doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
When the
Yeah.
gas
You know what I
prices
mean?
dropped.
yeah.
yeah, that's the sad part.
We had another situation where the tonnage of the bridge or whatever.
Where the bridge got a weight
Downgraded.
limit on it,
Yeah.
and so they quit picking up 11 houses.
And it took a while to figure it
That-
out too, you know,
that
it
was
was like,
an issue.
okay, you know.
Yeah, they wanted the people to drive the.
Drag it up to the corner.
Yeah, drive their garbage up to the corner.
You know, yeah.
You're lucky if they take it out to the road.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
And are, and then are we going to get that bridge replaced? That's gonna make a routing issue
What
for
bridge?
everybody. Bell River someday.
Oh, that one is
Someday.
next year.
Yeah, that's what they said the last 2 years,
Well, we keep getting bumped.
Yeah.
You know why?
because we're too small.
Because
and
of trash
insignificant.
trucks.
Yeah,
That's what they
from
told me.
Canada.
So that's what the road commission told me. As long as they don't fix that road, they can't use crash it to run them trash trucks.
Oh,
But don't you
wow.
think the
The big ones.
roundabout is limiting them? Would limit them anyway?
Absolutely.
That-
Yeah.
There's no way they'll get through that round.
Yeah, that one's real tight. We were
It's
just
the
talking about,
worst design. It's a whole nother
We were
conversation.
just talking about,
it's
yeah,
very tight.
it's
Worst
very,
design, St. Clair County should never design it.
it's very.
I think they would have
thin.
been better off with
It's
the
very-
stoplight.
All right, so looking at the two proposals, you've read my explanation of how it breaks out. Even if the landfill is correct, the waste management proposal starts out lower, but blows past it over the term of the contract.
Well, so the 5-year and 10-year option, you significantly reduce
Yes.
the initial starting, right? So the ramps aren't as much.
It's like an amortized over a longer period of time.
Right.
So it's not so much in a 3-year period. I can put it out over 5 years or over 10. So it keeps the costs a lot lower.
Right.
So I
Well,
can
and-
pass that on.
To me, paying the landfill separately is nothing but a paperwork problem for us. So I think.
Just a separate bill.
Yeah, I know, but it'd be easier for us to pay it in the contract, so we know it's a set fee, so we don't have a garbage account miscalculation again. I think.
Sure.
And honestly, I didn't know we had a 10-year option. That 10-year option is pretty solid. That saves a lot of agony.
Yeah, I like that too. This one right up here in this corner, right?
Yep, that's right.
We've been around since 1917, so we ain't going anywhere.
19.
17.
Not
I
us.
thought you said that, but I
Not
thought
us, yeah.
my hearing was going.
Since 1993, so.
How would you handle like snow days, like if it's inclement to pick it up on that Friday? Would it be automatically picked up on Monday, or are they gonna have to wait till the following
Good
Friday?
question. Yeah.
Good question. So if the roads are passable and we can get to them, we pick it up. If the roads are not passable, then we wait until the next week, but usually.
And then do you charge for that week then? Because
So-
before they would,
Yeah.
they would charge 2
Yeah,
weeks,
it's- no, the fee is just set, like you get a once a month fee no matter what.
no matter what then, because that's what they said before, like the amount of trash is doubled.
No.
that's what Waste Management told us,
Yeah.
you know, because they're like, that's why we're charging you the same because
Yeah,
we
your
just have to pick
monthly-
up more trash.
Yeah, your monthly fee will be the same other than the fuel charge. That's the only.
Just the
thing
fuel
that moves is the
surcharge.
fuel charge.
Okay, okay.
All right,
Well, with that, I would definitely consider that 10-year option. With the tipping fees all in. So I would make a motion to go with the Marquette proposal. Marquette for the 10-year option with the tipping fees included.
Marcotte 10-year option A.
Yep.
And then you'll agree that we don't need those 2 dumpsters, but you'll agree to keep the one at the cemetery and monthly.
I will support that motion.
All right,
Bruce, if you could work out the details, obviously the contract,
yeah, you could work with me on all this
Yeah,
stuff,
we'll
right?
look at a lawyer of understanding.
and then about if we decide to
And then,
quit or
and then,
whatever. yeah.
and then if it's going to change to Friday, then you've got to put something in that tax bill when you mail them out next week, so people know as of
Yep.
January 2nd or 3rd, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is there any way you could email me like the contact, like just, I don't know, something that you think residents would need, like a phone number, maybe stuff, like what they're not alled to have.
She has
or,
to do the. the
just
tax
something
bill
that I
right
can
away.
just let people know kind of what's
Yeah.
going on, that's supplied or whatever, and I can always customize it, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay,
I'll
cool.
just let you know
If you
Well,
can get it,
I
as
think me and her can
tomorrow.
work this out pretty quick,
Okay,
and, but
because I
she
was hoping
needs,
to print
she
tomorrow.
needs to print soon, so she
January.
needs her information to put in with the tax bill.
January 7th will be the first pickup.
Is that
Oh, that's right,
Friday?
because it'll be a
Right.
Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so that, yeah, but you have to have it for
Immediately.
immediately, because you have to mail it out next
Okay,
week.
so what is your email address?
On treasurer, spelled out. Then at, then Columbus, TWP, the abbreviation for township. .org.
I'll do that over tonight.
All right, any further discussion?
No.
Christie, yes. Berenger,
Yes.
Dudek,
Yes.
Duncan?
Yes.
Gilman,
Yes.
motion carried. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion at 7:57. Or 19:57 military time. And you second, Evie?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you
Yep, no, I
did.
All in favor?
You didn't.
I know, right?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to this new business really.
Everybody have a nice